Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby.
You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border. And then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on American soil. So he became the anchor baby. They don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm the American Anchor Baby. This is my show. Perfect audio, great stuff. Apologies for the, few minutes late. But we are here. We are live. We got the show on the roll. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining in and tuning in. Make sure, still good sync, good stuff, good stuff. Make sure you're followed, subscribed, do the good stuff. Give me the engagement. You dislike me? Comment. You like me? Drop that like. Or maybe you like me and you want to comment like that as well. Either way, it works out. It's also a party in Rumble, or the party will start on Rumble if you want to join over there. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. And for those that like to listen, I do have a podcast. You can podcast my show after the fact. Podcast yesterday's episode. It was good. American Anchor Baby on Substack, Spotify. You can listen to the show. Now, I haven't done the Friday flights as a podcast, and I feel like it wouldn't. Maybe if I edit it down, it'd be a nicer podcast because there's a lot of visuals and stuff that maybe listeners would not understand. But if you don't want to miss a flight, we're taking a flight tomorrow. Yes, it's been maybe 7 days since our last accident. Maybe a few more, right? So join us tomorrow for a flight. Make sure you're followed and subscribed so you don't miss that, right? Friday nights is for the boys. Okay, y'all, we got a show today. Let me pull up my show. Let's get into some stuff here. Because we're going to get into some stuff. We're going to get into a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And your calls, of course, 888-775-3773. If you want to jump in on the line and get in there. If you want to get in there. Nice. I see you all in the chat. Thanks. Right on. Okay. So a lot of you guys have been a little jaded, You guys have been disappointed as of, a lot of you have been disappointed with society and life, okay? The thing is, we were promised a utopia. We were promised a utopia, a resplendent utopia of peace and beauty, maybe kind of like this image. We were promised a utopia that diversity would come in like a wrecking ball. And, diversity would come in like a wrecking ball and put in place a utopia where love is love, borders don't separate us, no crime, because we got rid of all the bigots and the haters. Everyone puts their shopping cart back in the rightful place. What else? Women are elevated to their rightful position as overlords, and all wars in the world stop because the stupid boys aren't fighting anymore. It was supposed to be a utopia. It was supposed to be a grand utopia. Hold on. supposed to be beautiful. But it's a little darker than we thought. A little bit darker than we thought. It was supposed to be a utopia. It really was. Diversity utopia. Instead, it looks like humanity is marching towards like a darker technological future. You know what I'm talking about? Dark stuff where people have to wade through despair of the streets to get to their entertainment or workstation.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
Cheap thrills on every corner with crime and murder, being a daily event as the filthy city is washed under a neon glow. Mindlessly going through life, living for the next stimuli that'll tickle your fancy enough not to break down in desperation. Well, I have good news. I have good news. I have good news, y'all. I have some good news for you. Do not be despaired. Do not be despaired. Do not be despaired because we are, in fact, we're getting the flying cars, y'all. We're getting the flying cars. Okay? The flying car future is just around the corner. I'm talking about a California company who just recently got FAA approval of a $300,000 flying car received special approval, first of its kind from the FAA. Flying cars are one step closer to reality. Okay? California company Aleph Aeronautics claimed the Model A would be able to drive on roads, but also take off into the sky to avoid traffic jams. Imagine that. They're working on eVTOL vehicles, electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, a VTOL. You could take off vertically and land as well. Yes, the flying car future is before us. Hold on. I'm trying to show you some visuals here. We're so close, guys. No need to despair, okay? Let's see what the chat's saying. What are you guys saying right now? Oh, yeah, background video? I'll deal with that in a second. But it's supposed to be a utopia. Well, look, the flying cars of the future, they'll be here. You see this? Hold on. This is going to be our skies. There's nothing to fear. Who said the future was bleak?
A California-based sustainable electric transportation company unveiled the prototype of a flying car. The Aleph Model A, the only flying automobile with street-legal driving and vertical takeoff abilities, Aleph uses innovative technology to elevate the vehicle securely above regular traffic, enabling quicker, simpler travel and reducing the load of urban congestion.
Look.
Using 8 propellers housed inside a body roughly the size of a big automobile, the battery-powered device will launch vertically if used as intended. The vehicle's mesh-topped body houses 1 or 2 people inside bubble-like compartments, but most of the space is empty. The initial Aleph Model A should have a payload of roughly 200 pounds, 90.7 kilograms, including the passenger and luggage.
That's it?
The Aleph model's top surface, an open mesh, allows air to move through the flying car.
It's like a TIE fighter.
What happens next is more unique, but crucial to the aircraft's design, having only been tested on tiny prototypes.
Wait, what? What'd you say? Only tested on tiny... What'd you just say? That's probably nothing. That's probably nothing to worry about. You said only tested on tiny... whatever. Let's put a person in it. Airgate. Welcome to Airgate, our premier service to get you in the sky. Are you a billionaire? Would you like to take a trip on the first flying car? Oh, man. Too soon? Too soon? Aleph Model A, flying car. See, it's not so bleak, okay? It is going to be a utopia. You guys were... I know you've been disappointed. You think, okay, I live in modern, decadent America. And this society is committed to ego and fake things. There's no answers. No answers lie in the system, in the entertainment. There are no answers for you out there, but at least you have the stuff. We got the cheap food, the Uber Eats, the Tinder, the video games, the booming economy to buy it all. We were building mega malls, mega churches, mega this. Well, I mean, at least we used to. At least we used to have that. It seems to be going a different direction, right? At least we used to have the stuff to keep us asleep. I mean, at this point, people don't even want flying cars. They want robotic girlfriends. Let's be real. They don't want flying cars. Okay, they're just gonna Uber around anyways. One day people won't even know how to drive. I'm making some pretty wild claims on the future of technology, like 𝒏𝒂𝒒, if you remember, I did a thing on 𝒏𝒂𝒒, he was wrong about his assumptions. Some say, his violent conclusions were wrong, but a lot of what he said was good. And yeah, there was a lot of things there that were true, but his conclusions of where tech would end up were just plain wrong. He said tech is only going to follow one direction, and it's going to be more control and power for the elites, the 1%, the powerful, the owners of stuff. When we've seen, I don't know, I don't think that's quite the trend. People say AI it's scary, it's evil, but at the same time, AI is going to allow a lot of average people, individual citizens, to do a lot more. You see what I'm saying here? Didn't really quite follow that trajectory. But like I said, we used to have the stuff. What happened? Now we don't even have the stuff. So it is going to be a bleak future? All that stuff makes us sick, says Chris. Wow. Maybe it's true, Chris. Maybe it's true. All that stuff just makes us sick anyways. So now we don't have the stuff. People are fake. People are committed to ego and fake things. It seems like maybe all you have left is a choice now. The only choice that was really ever available to you. Will you keep running this race, or will you just say no? Drop trying to be someone in this fake world. All you will amount to is being the best fake person out there. You know what I'm saying here? You'll just be the best at that. Best at what the world does. Come on! Come on, can we at least have our flying cars and VR world and robot girlfriends so I can get through the day? Yeah, although all thoughts are lies, in the chat says, entire video games have been made with full voice acting from AI by people in their basement. Normally you have to pay hundreds of voice actors, which is kind of the point what I'm saying here. It's kind of different. But it's essentially the same thing. It's actually putting power into individuals against the, what shall we call it, the rulers, the elite, or whatever. So I think those conclusions, �𝒂𝒒's assumptions of the trajectory of technology, I think was wrong. It does not follow a linear trajectory, okay? In my opinion. Okay. Yeah. Time to stop running this race. Speaking of dark, oppressive, technological futures, let me just make sure chat's cool. Ian Hogg asks, are you able to unplug these robotic girlfriends you're speaking of? Yeah. What the heck? Then what's the point of having one? Am I right, fellas? But okay, let's move on. I got speaking of dark, oppressive, technological future. Okay, we mentioned AI a little bit. Okay, I've been saying AI is not that special, in the sense that all AI is doing, in my opinion, my uneducated opinion, is that it's mimicking the faculty of thinking, which is not that special. Okay, people. So that a machine could do thinking better is not that surprising or special. People think, oh, AI could never do what a person does. I don't know. I don't think what a person does with their mind and thoughts is that special or, uncopyable. You know what I'm saying? So, and the science, I was going to say I followed the science, but the science is following me. We got a study here vindicating me or, adding to my credibility here, my little theory. AI-generated tweets might be more convincing than real people. I've been saying this. AI thinking is just what everybody does. It doesn't make you you. It's not your real you. It's not even real. It's just a process. It's like computing. The brain is a computer in a way. In at least in that sense, in the thinking sense. And so, AI model GPT-3 informs and disinforms us better than humans, Science Advances reports. AI is changing the way we create and evaluate information. This is happening during an infodemic. That's what they call it. They're calling it an infodemic, which has been having marked effects on global health. What is an infodemic? A pandemic of info? What the heck is an infodemic? Infodemic is too much information, including false or misleading information. Oh, there you go. We're amidst an infodemic. Here we evaluate. Okay, so they go on. They did their little testing. They had like a whole bunch of participants. And they concluded, in comparison with humans, GPT-3 can produce accurate information that is easier to understand, but is also more compelling, as well as disinformation that's more compelling. We also show that humans cannot distinguish between tweets generated by GPT-3 and written by real Twitter users. So, take that in. You see what I'm saying? I told you. People are just robots. And they live by that. They live by that robot thought process instead of just using it as a tool. They live by that process, okay? A message to smart people, okay? You bunch of you smarty pants. Ugh, smarty pants. No, I'm joking a little bit, but I know a couple of geniuses in my life. I told you about one yesterday. He told me the earth was round, and I believe him. Your genius has nothing to do with the thoughts. You may think while using your gift, and it's a gift. But your gift is not the thoughts, smart people. So you don't have to live by that. So it's been a good week. Pretty much getting credibility on all fronts. Getting vindicated here. The AI, spice theory. This week's been good for spice theory for the 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 conspiracy. So we get news stories, videos, just adding to. That's why you come watch this show for the real hard hitting news, the �𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 conspiracy. Older that cultures during times of bad times economically, food droughts, they would use the nuking ability of capsaicin to nuke the taste buds in your mouth so that you could scarf down whatever horrible food you ancestors were eating that they now call tradition. My little 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 conspiracy. So it's been a good week. Getting vindicated on all fronts. What are you saying? I shouldn't get distracted by the chat. Someone's saying we need help. You keep saying we need help. Are you talking to me? Or are you just talking to yourselves? Bad take. Doesn't GPT use human-made tweets as data input to generate tweets? But that's what I'm saying, stand up. Those human-made tweets, how did they make them? They used the faculty of thinking, which is not that special. A machine recreated it, as we could see, and they do it better than people. People can't even tell the difference. So don't worship your mind and thoughts and intellect. Okay? It ain't that special. You follow me here? We eating rocks yet, says Nada. I don't know. Is it spicy? Stand Up says, tweet doesn't equal thoughts, though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I've thought of it that far. That's kind of more, just kind of my opinion. Just a little halfway take. Show me your source. Show me your evidence. Show me your source. Come on, Stand Up. Don't you agree? People speak and tweet and think in the same way as a machine. That it's not that special. As we can see, as we're seeing, AI tweets better than people. Now, there is something that AI can't recreate. You know, I've been talking mess on the human intellect and the human creativity and the human spirit here. I'm saying that it's pretty much a machine can recreate it. Poo-pooing, if I may, the human spirit. But there's one here. But I'm talking about, you know, thoughts and thinking, you know, mathematics, whatever. There is, in my opinion, a genius that you can't recreate, a genius that can't be recreated in a machine, okay? It's a genius that can only come about in the moment, in the very moment you're in, okay? All right, smarty pants out there, don't worship your thoughts. You're a gift of smarts, and everyone really has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. It's more dynamic in the moment. It doesn't even come from you, in my opinion. That's why it can't be recreated. Okay, on this, genius is more the ability to pick up on patterns. I think you're close. Yeah, I think you're on the right direction there, Stand Up. I have to say, I think I agree. You are not your thoughts, Nick, a wise man once told me. Yeah, you know what? I heard that once. What's up, Triple T? Point Fire? Jupiter, that's a new name. Okay, so, like I said, getting vindicated here left and right. Getting here's another one. Here's another one for you guys. Here's another one. Keto tards, okay? Keto tards out there. Sugar haters. Glucose deniers, okay? Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked, okay? You sugar phobes. No more sugar phobia. All macronutrients matter. All macronutrients matter. Take this one in. You sugar deniers. You deniers of beautiful, refined energy. I don't know why you would. Check this out. We got a report here from the health experts of the world. We got a report here from the World Health Organization. So definitely pay attention to this one. Definitely very important. Aspartame will be declared a potential cancer risk to humans. A bombshell report revealed today. Claimed today. Was it today? Yeah, the 29th. The artificial sweetener used in a multitude of soft drinks, including Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper, will be listed as possibly carcinogenic, meaning it causes cancer, to humans in a World Health Organization reclassification within the next few weeks. Aspartame. Yeah, we're talking about the fake sugar. Nick is a sugar shill. Whatever, Noah's Ark, Kansas. Hear me out first. Hear me out first before you start accusing me. But you know about aspartame, right? Diet Coke. Have you guys done your Googles? You know what aspartame is? You've been doing your Googles. Well, duh. Wasn't it invented as a pesticide? Is that true, Mr. Mad? Aspartame, the very well-known sugar alternative used as a sweetener in many drinks that we know of. Diet Coke, Diet Dr. You know, the diet drinks, Diet Pepsi, Diet. Aspartame, artificial sweetener. Possibly carcinogenic. First developed in the 1960s by accident. Is it true that it was a pesticide? Mr. Matt in the chat saying, it is approximately 200 times sweeter than sugar. So it's the fentanyl of sugar? Is this the fentanyl of sugar? This means less is needed gram per gram than sugar to achieve the same sweet result. I always hear that, the same sweet result, but we all know it's not the same sweet result. We all know this. Unlike sugar, it does not raise blood sugar levels, okay? Aspartic acid and phenylalanine, whatever. Alternative sugar. Aspartame does contain calories, though, just like sugar. But you need a lot less. Like I said, 200 times. So these diet drinks are practically without calories. Now they're allowed a little wiggle room with what they put on the nutrition facts in terms of caloric density, caloric count in a product. The laws allow them to fudge the numbers a little bit, but we could say, I think, practically no calories in a diet drink, right? So you can have the sweetness. You can have your cake and eat it too. Oh, you wanted the sweet satisfaction of sugar without having to consume all that refined energy? So you tried to trick God, is what you're telling me. You're trying to trick God. You didn't hear the story of Icarus flying too close to the sun, the Tower of Babel? You didn't hear about that? You can't trick God. Cancer. Now you get cancer. Aspartame. I never really drank diet drinks. I just drink the real stuff. But I try to just not drink too much of it. Now, I'm not like the healthiest person, but again, my focus has always been just try not to have too much of it. Okay? Never let me try and trick God and have the sweetness without the sugar. Hey, but the public, the general public, to be fair, the general, we talked about this week, the public opinion, easily influenced. Can you really blame them? If anything, can you really blame the public? Because they were told, like many other macronutrients, like a couple of different macronutrients in our recent history, they've been demonized by agencies, health agencies. Okay? They were told that aspartame was totally fine. They were told aspartame is fine to consume. So they believed them. We were also told that fat was evil. And so that was a thing for a while. And then now people flipped. And they're like saying sugar's evil. You got to cut out. Oh, no. Yeah, they're saying the sugar's evil. And you got to eat more fat and protein. Go carnivore even, some say. Some go all the way and completely cut out all sugar. They say that you must be in ketosis. But I don't know if I understand fully ketosis. It seems to me like ketosis is a secondary energy source. But what the heck do I know? Wouldn't you want to use your primary? So people have flipped. They're saying it's the sugar. It inflames you. It causes you issues, which are all probably true. Okay? I'm not denying that in the slightest. But I have to say this. Military rations. Think about those for a second. Mostly carbs. Roman legionnaire diet. Hippocrates wrote, every man was given a daily ration by the supply corps, a kilogram of wheat, 100 grams of bacon, 30 grams of cheese, for a total of around 3,500 calories. Kilogram of wheat. Carbs. Oh, that's economic. That's not for athletic performance. What about top athletes? Half of their diet is carbs. What about, hey, I have to point this out. You guys are sounding like a bunch of vegans. Demonizing a macronutrient. Now, I'm not saying, you see all these, I'm not saying that you're an athlete and you should be eating as much as an athlete. I'm not saying that. Here's a doctor on Twitter. What you eat affects your testosterone. Nearly 20 to 50% of U.S. men have testosterone deficiency. Men who eat a pro-inflammatory diet, rich in sugar, are 30% rich in sugar and fats. is what this doctor said on Twitter, are 30% more likely to have a low testosterone levels, obesity, etc. But here's the thing. When people say fats and what's it called? Seed oils and sugars, they're talking about this, right? They're talking about, this is what you guys are talking about, right? You're talking about like a Snickers. You're talking about like processed food. You're talking about candy. That's what you're talking about, right? Or you're talking about like donuts, seed oils, fried up, clogged in. You know what I mean? That's what you guys are talking about, right? Because you guys are not talking about, there's no way you're talking about this, right? Refined white sugar, beautiful refined white sugar. There's no way you're talking about this. Or like olive oil, salad. Like, no, there's no way. There's no way you could be talking about that. Because if it's the first two, then yeah. Duh. But it seems less like it's an issue with the macronutrients themselves, but it's us, our own issue. Also, I saw this video. You guys see this? A line of Russians waiting in line for a sugar ration. Hold up, I'm trying to pull up the video here. Here's a line of Russians waiting in line for a sugar ration. Somebody tell them quick. That's an inflammatory diet. Someone quickly inform them they're going to get inflamed. Then they'll leave the line, right? Quick, someone tell them. Anyways. Oh yeah, check this out. Eating 1 pound of sugar daily has strikingly positive effects on male fertility. See? They don't want the low birth rates, anti-sugar and low birth rates. You heard it here first, folks. We got psyoped. Oh, man. So we're going to stop the sugar hate, okay? We're going to stop all that sugar hate. All right, it's enough. Now, I've been like a little tongue-in-cheek this little segment here. It's, I'm really talking about excess, okay? That sugar inflames or all these other things may be true. But I'm saying we got to stop the sugar hate. Because I'm convinced that what is harming us is not the world, but our own relationship with the world. Okay? Because people hear me say this and they'll go and think, Nick is telling people to go eat candy and donuts and McDonald's and junk and soda. Not realizing that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm describing is really just how illogical and deceptive the health industry is, public opinion. They got you focused on a macronutrient instead of yourself. It's not the thing itself, but our relationship with the thing. Sugar isn't toxic. Excess and decadence are. Okay? It's our own relationship with the world. Ian Hogg says, I'm getting a Big Mac for dinner because of you. You better be an athlete. Or make that Big Mac the only thing you eat all day. Because that's very dense in calories, okay? And only moral people, only a Christian society can handle that density in calories, okay? It's like an opiate. It's like a drug, okay? McDoubles are only for Christians. You have to be a moral person to handle that amount of calories packed into that little amount of food for that little amount of money. I know inflation has brought stuff up, but you know what I'm saying here. Big Mac is only 570 calories. Okay, fair. Maybe a little bit more. But like I said, very dense. Be careful. Dense food. Not saying it's evil. You just got to be careful. Okay? And don't just eat everything and get big like a bodybuilder. They're not exactly the healthiest people. The slower you go, the faster you get there. Take your time. Don't just eat everything. Bodybuilders are, like I said, not the healthiest of people. But yeah, they got you focused on a macronutrient. It's all about lifestyle, not calories. That makes kind of sense. Everything is fake. I lift every day and eat literally anything I want, lol. I've been losing weight, actually, says Kevin Howe. Yeah, see? Yeah, fair enough, Hake. It shouldn't be the only thing you eat. I meant that in terms of caloric density, but yeah, you should have your veggies. Have a balanced diet. It's about balance. Maybe don't go crazy on anything. Maybe don't go crazy on anything. And maintain a proper relationship with the world. Okay, so we're going to stop all this sugar hate. You know what I'm saying? Also, we're going to stop all this milk hate. We're going to stop all this milk hate. What the heck is all this? What's up with this? I got to show you this. We're going to stop the milk hate, y'all. We're going to stop the milk hate. Oh, no, that's sugar. Refined sugar. You know, refined sugar, the creation of refined sugar, society, civilizations, and advancements bloomed. Sugar is one of those things. It's one of those points in history, like what? Like gunpowder or the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like that propelled people and humanity and civilizations. Okay? The creation of refined sugar. We are on the backs. Our society is on the backs of refined sugar and all those people farming it and making it. Okay? So stop. Don't be so hateful. All macronutrients matter. All macronutrients matter. So anyways, we're also going to stop all this milk hate. Okay? Check this out. Some protesters in the UK somewhere protesting milk. We got one based individual here, which I may have to disavow if I may steal that from Hake. I might have to disavow his actions here. But hey, here's a little excitement for all those who fell asleep maybe earlier as we were defending sugar and talking about other things. If you fell asleep, here's a little excitement. Based UK Englishman, maybe, is stopping all this milk hate. Let's be real.
Having a laugh, who's that? No thanks.
No thanks.
What's going on here? You fucking Romans, the lot of ya.
The lot of ya.
And you can have it as well, you fucking cunts.
Sorry.
You fucking dickheads. The lot of ya.
Sorry about all the swears, but yeah, someone's not happy. He's done with it's like the oil protesters blocking the highways. It's like the environmentalists. These people are, for some reason, getting all environmental. And as you can see, hold on, let me pull it up on my screen so I can see what I'm reading here. Oh, and he throws the bottle at the lady's head. I don't know. I mean, already the milk is an assault. That's already an assault, I guess. And he throws the bottle. Maybe not advised. I think I must disavow. But yeah, we got these protesters in the street. And Buddy here, based Englishman, is not taking it anymore. He's stopping all the milk hate, okay? That's enough. What's the name of this video? Yeah, I think... Oh, man. They were protesting... Huh? Oh, so they were protesting milk. Little bit of... No, Liam. No, stop. But they were protesting cows, environment, oil. Cows were involved, okay? So yes, I can stretch it into this joke. I can stretch it a little bit. Or a lot, let's be real. A big stretch into this joke. Being enlightened till I rise is kicking off the party over there on Rumble. Much appreciated with the Rumble rant. Says, Anchor Baby's new slogan, McDoubles are only for Christians, all right? You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus was crucified with a Big Mac. Thank you for the Rumble rant there. Steve Strock, being enlightened till I rise in the Hake Report. It's a party on Rumble if you want to support me there. Yeah. I had said this. I've been saying this, honestly. I've been saying this. I said this a long time ago about Big Mac, sugar. I've been saying this. Yeah, I've been saying this. Sorry, I just lost my YouTube here. Let me pull it back up. What are y'all saying? I've been saying this. I see your calls. I see your comments. I'm going to get to the calls right away here. I see you. 888-775-3773. Just hold on for another minute here. Just want to make sure everything's running right here. What else did I have to say about this? I think that's it. Yeah, they got us hating a macronutrient, y'all. I think that's it. Also, milk. Go Mad. Anybody doing Go Mad? Gallon of milk a day. It's a diet. If you've heard of it, it's a bodybuilding diet. I got Steve, first time caller out of New Jersey. Thanks for your call. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, Nick? Can you hear me? How am I hearing?
Steve, you're sounding great. Thanks. Appreciate your call.
Amazing. I'm in the Holland Tunnel right now. The 5Gs piercing through my brains right now.
Dang. Hopefully your brain doesn't get fried before the end of this call.
No, I might fry other people's brains with them, but I get into.
Okay, let's go.
So all this diet stuff, because this is what I'm really into, and I've been into for the past couple of years. So do you know about Ray Peat at all?
Oh, I've heard that name. I can't say I really know, though. I really haven't. I haven't seen. I've heard the name. I've heard people talk about him. I honestly have like this very nebulous view of this man. But he was a dietitian or something?
Yeah, so he was like a researcher, a dietitian.
Yeah.
I'm not really too sure what his actual title was, but his body of work and his body of research into metabolism is actually incredible.
Yep.
And I started coming across it. So after I dropped the anger, after I did the silent prayer, and I've been doing it for a while, and I started paying attention to myself, I started noticing this stuff inside me because I was doing keto for a long time.
Ooh, so okay.
But I didn't realize.
This is interesting to me, so I want to get it. You were doing keto for a long time. Don't forget what you were doing. And how long, if I may ask, just to get a better.
Sure. I was doing it about 2 years.
Gotcha.
So I started a year before, started doing the silent prayer and being born again, all that stuff.
Let's
then
go.
a year continuing into it. And as I was overcoming it, the thing that I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, I'm losing weight. You know, I have all this quote-unquote energy, but I was just adrenalized. I was full of stress hormones and stress chemicals all the time because I couldn't actually regulate blood sugar properly. And then the anger was making it worse and all that stuff. But I was seeing this. And so I would check my blood sugar. I'm like, why is my blood sugar high? My blood sugar should be going down.
And you're on keto.
I was on keto, yes.
Interesting. I've heard sorry to cut you off, but my only knowledge of Ray Peat is this specifically. Multiple people that I believe follow Ray Peat and saying that their blood level sugars were going high despite being on keto. We'll go on.
Correct. Right. So it was getting high, and I'm like, this is strange. I mean, I had other medical stuff and other things going on too, but the biggest thing was that. And then I found his diet, and I started reading into it. I'm like, wait a minute, this explains a lot of the stuff I'm going through. And listen, you could tie it into the spiritual aspect of it. You could tie it into all these things. But when I started, it's taken me a couple of years to figure out metabolism and applying it to myself. But what I got to the point was like right now, I know how to use sugar properly for me, not as a crutch to escape life, not as a medication from spiritual issues. Like,
let's go.
If I fast, I'm not going to trip out. Like I know how to handle myself. I let that stuff pass. That's the beauty of realizing like the spiritual versus the physical.
Yep.
But having a proper diet and metabolism gives you that upper hand to be able to do everything and handle everything all at once and thrive and perform and actually have like a really quality life.
Of course, you're in your body. It's your medium through the world.
Right. And so there's lots of principles that go with it. So like the difference between are you a nitric oxide producer or a carbon dioxide producer? Like you can go back and forth with all the different things, but I wanted to call up because I know when my blood sugar starts to drop, the changes that happen in me, but I can watch that, and I don't let it affect me. The problem is people go on keto, they go on all these diets, and this stuff affects them, and then they develop a new personality with it, and they don't understand how the body affects them.
Very interesting. So are you essentially saying that, you're saying a couple of things here, but one thing here, you've either learned better or have learned how to basically handle those, those physiological effects that come from the sugar levels?
Yes.
Without having to fix the sugar levels, you just internally react better?
Yes.
Very interesting.
But listen, I don't want to give people this because this is where I don't want to give hope in the wrong way that it's like, oh, this is so easy. Like it takes work. Because, like with the little things, with the little thoughts.
Well, you're not telling people what to do. You're just telling people to have a better relationship with what's going on inside. I mean, the fact that you just said it yourself, you just didn't overreact to your physiological changes happening. Also, you're saying other things about diet and stuff, but you're not. So no worries there.
Go on. But with the thinking, and this is what I noticed, is when the thoughts start running in and, you start having the flooding of thoughts, like that's high cortisol. Your body's already in a state of stress. And that's where I started to notice. I was experimenting with it for a while with different types of things, that he's brought up. And then he has a forum and he has like lots of information that you can read to kind of back up all this stuff. And I started to notice like there's many things that can help it, but ultimately you can come out of your head. You can defy the devil, like you said this week.
Yeah.
I love that phrase.
Thank you, man.
But your body still might be in that condition, and that's fine. It's the biggest thing is you should need to stay present and not let that affect you. Like you could still operate and be present with people. Like, yeah, your body might be weak. It might lock up. Your temperature might, dip a little bit. You might not have verbal fluency, all that stuff. But you could still act righteously. Like you could still act in the right way. You know what I mean?
Totally, man. Good attitude. Man, yeah, so true. I got to say, base.
Yeah. I'm also on the gallon of milk a diet a day. Like,
let's go. Wait, are you trying to get bigger? Are you trying to get huge or something?
No, so I'm not at this point. My focus is not necessarily
because that's a lot of that's a lot of food. Unless you just need that much food.
So this is why I say I don't get to a gallon. Usually, I usually get about like half a gallon plus other things. But it's more so I'm trying to correct my metabolism. And why I say this is because I was on medication for quite a few years. Like I mentioned to you, I'll say it publicly. I don't care.
Yes.
Like I was quote unquote diagnosed bipolar, and that wrecked my body. Then I went on lithium. That wrecked my body.
Ooh, I knew someone like that.
Yeah, but over time though, the correcting, in the spiritual sense, has helped my body and helped me to understand this stuff. Those effects are going to be there because I don't want to be super adrenalized and super, like stress-driven. Like I want to do it from the right way. So even like when I exercise or when I work, I know how to work within the confines in that. But like milk for me, just because I do a lot of driving around and a lot of, moving around, it's easier for me to just take a half gallon of milk and like when I'm driving around,
I love milk.
And just go with it.
Dude, I'm still like friends will see me drink milk with a meal and be like, "Are you like 5 years old?" But they don't understand. I'm a milky boy. Milk rocks. Okay. If the problem with me is not even like, it's just that if I had a gallon of milk in my fridge, I'll just like swig from it all day till it's done.
Yeah,
that's just how I am.
Let's go.
That's just how I am.
Let's go. So one of the things that I do with it as well that
glucose, brain food. What can I say? That's why I'm a towering. Anyways, go on.
Right, but with the milk, it took me a little while to kind of get over the mental aspect of it. But I'll add like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar to the milk because the sugar itself helps to lower all the stuff, and then you can actually absorb the nutrients. Because if your gut's compromised, I mean, you're just wasting stuff at that point. But I like to add collagen to it, like in the mornings, just because for me, for my lifestyle, for what I have now with work, it's easy to just get up, make that quick meal with all that, and it keeps me going and like sustained from a physical standpoint, at least for like a bunch of hours, and then I grab something else to keep moving with, like I said. But
right on, man. Interesting stuff.
It's a much better approach to it when you have the spiritual stuff underneath you, because you're not trying to supplement your way out of it. Because I got caught up at one point thinking I could supplement and macronutrient my way out of these issues.
Interesting.
But all I was doing was developing like orthorexia and being like anxious about, I didn't get my sugar now. You know what I mean? And that's the deeper part of it.
Think about how much we hear. I hear this a lot on Twitter and the internet. Oh, you're not depressed. You're just dehydrated. And it's like, there's like probably some truth to that people are like, they're all down and low and they're not eating right and they don't feel right.
Right.
But that's not why you're depressed.
Yeah.
It's not chemical, it's spiritual. Very interesting, man. What was I going to say? I don't know too much about like the science behind diets and stuff. So I'm not a dietitian or doctor here. If I could distill anything besides let's stop hating sugar, y'all. It's, balance.
Yep.
Don't there's no need to overdo anything.
Right. I agree.
Right on, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Anything else, or I'm going to move the wheels?
No, I'd say your shows this week have been really awesome. I finally was like, I'm going to call when I get out of the tunnel to get into this. So
thank you, sir. Call me again.
Yeah, man. I'll probably call you tomorrow.
Right on, sir. Take care, Steve. Moving the wheels. I got Nicole, Michigan. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick.
What's up, Nicole? First time caller?
Nick, Chat, and
I believe it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Show it is.
Very nice. Thank you.
Love the show.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
So, I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. There's kind of a delay.
I'll let you talk. Go.
Okay, so I get really fired up about this stuff. I love talking about it and learning about the whole nutrition side of it. I was obsessed with it at one point, and then I realized, just like what you were saying, you can't demonize food. You can't demonize sugar. It is all spiritual, and it starts in the spirit, as we know, and then it moves into the physical, right? So if your spirit's hurting, you're going to find something, anything in the world to make you feel better. Sugar is one of the easiest things. It used to be for me.
Yes.
So
Fair
I got
enough.
into that keto
Many do.
stuff
Many
for a little
with the
while.
same issue.
Yeah, definitely. Love the milk. Went off that for a while. Thankfully, got back on it. But
Are you doing the like raw milk stuff?
No, but I want to get into
I've never
making my own cheese and such with raw milk. Haven't gotten to that point though.
I've only had that like once or twice.
Yeah,
It was
I have
interesting.
not. I'd be willing to try it. Don't know if I would like it.
I was raised on that government milk. So.
Oh yeah, same government milk and cheese and all the above, man. So.
But anyways.
So the keto thing, you said you didn't know much about it. I'm no dietitian or expert on it,
Okay.
but when I went down that rabbit hole, just to kind of sum up what I learned about it, was that it, like the last caller said, he was on it for like 2 years, and the keto, like the popularization of the keto diet, actually came out of real research. You know, all of the scare on fat's bad for you and sugar is bad for you, all of that. I don't know how much research was really there, but the keto diet really did come out of a lot of research that was done with Alzheimer's disease, and it was actually proven to, in like a ton of cases, it was proven to reverse Alzheimer's. And the biggest part of that is because sugar, it feeds inflammation. And when you already have inflammation in the body, which you know most Americans and people around the world are unhealthy, so you got to starve out the inflammation. And the inflammation, it hinders your neurotransmitters from firing, which is, you know, how your entire body talks to each other. It's very electrical.
That's quite interesting, if I may comment.
Yeah.
So what you're describing there, though, is even in this situation that you're describing, it's not even the sugar; it's the mess we made of our bodies.
Yes. So
and now we got to avoid the sugar to avoid
meant.
the inflammation. But it's not
So
even in this case.
the sugar's not.
Okay, go on. I'm following.
No,
I'm following.
Okay, so sorry, my brain's like firing. My neurotransmitters are going.
Let's go.
So
You must have had a lot of sugar today.
no, I'm in a fasted state.
Oh, never mind.
Why.
Sugar's brain food. Sugar's brain food. Anyways.
Yeah. So where was I? So
Yes, keto being a research
the keto
diet.
is meant to be a limited time diet to reset the body. The research was mainly found to benefit most people when they did it for about 30 days, maybe 90 days. Not if you're a woman, not if you're pregnant. You want to be on the 30-day side of it, talking with a doctor and whatnot. But as a woman, you really shouldn't go over 30 because of the like hormones and stuff that women have that are always going up and down and whatnot. But even for men, you don't get on it to stay on it. You get on it to reset your body. So what you're resetting is that, so we have been feeding our body so much sugar and simple carbs on average, most of the world.
Without being athletes and without,
Yes. So
Totally.
what happens is, if you know about the mitochondria in the cell, the mitochondria.
Yeah, the powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the cell. And what it does is, I mean, it's like anybody. It wants to take the easy way out. It wants what's convenient for it, right?
Okay.
So sugar is the most convenient. Simple carbs, then complex carbs, then fat, then protein. Fat takes the most energy, protein takes the most energy to break down. Sugar takes the least amount of energy to break down. So the mitochondria is like, hey, you got sugar in me. You know, I'm just going to use the sugar, and then once I've got enough energy to do what I need to do, I'm going to store the rest of it as fat.
Okay.
So what happens is all day long we're giving ourselves a lot of these simple carbs to fuel the mitochondria, which fuels
to fuel
the
us sitting
energy
down
for
doing
every
nothing.
cell. Exactly. So what the keto diet does, to try to bring it back, is it reverses the mitochondria. It's memory, in that it only wants to use the sugar because that's what it's been trained to use. And what it does is it starves that out, and then it retrains the mitochondria to go after fat and protein. And that's what you want your body to mainly use, because that's where all of the nutrients are for the body. So the brain is made up of, what I've heard, no expert, can't say this is for sure, but what I've heard is the brain is made up of about 70% fat. So you really want your body to be fueled off of healthy fat, then proteins, and then some complex carbs. Throw some simple carbs in there, have a treat, whatever, right? But you do not want it to be the reverse, which is a ton of simple carbs.
Is that what's called
Fats
ketosis?
in your French fries. Yeah, so ketosis is when once you get into ketosis, your body is basically just burning fat.
Gotcha.
So once you,
when you say you want to be in a state of burning only good, healthy fats, you're talking about ketosis.
Yes. So
Okay.
you have trained the mitochondria to look for fat, but the fat in the body, most of the fat that's stored in the body, it's called adipose fat. It's a white fat. It literally looks white. And the mitochondria cannot use white fat for energy. It has to, this is so weird, but
No, I got you. I've heard of this. I remember a lot of this from
Yeah.
biology. And
it's really cool stuff.
it's pretty I find it
God knows what he's doing.
I find it pretty interesting. Here's one thing, though, that I found really interesting about what you said. You said that it's meant to be a temporary thing, a sort of.
Yeah.
Is it fair to call
30
keto a form of, a form of fasting, a form of starvation? It's a way of starving. You're starving yourself of a nutrient. It's a way of fasting. It's a sort of a fast.
You're fasting from the bad fuel. It's like.
Gotcha.
It's like,
I found that comment interesting because there, for example, he was like a Roman physician, a Greek physician, Hippocrates. He would write about how fasting.
Food is medicine, right? Oh no.
Yeah, but he also wrote about how fasting was only reserved for the ill and the insane.
Well, there's a reason for that. Exactly.
Yep.
That's science right there. Whatever he was studying to figure that out.
Yep.
However,
and he would use fasting as a way of resetting stuff. If I can distill what I was reading.
No, exactly.
He said it was only for the crazy and the sick.
Yeah. But the truth is, I mean, maybe in that.
And
time,
maybe
most people
are trying to have a little spiritual thing. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. So once you have retrain the mitochondria after about 30 days, 60, 90 days, whatever that takes, then you start to basically transition into a holistic, healthy diet overall. You're getting your vegetables and your good carbs and your good proteins. You're drinking your milk and whatnot. Maybe not a milkshake, but a glass of milk.
Interesting. Fascinating, Nicole. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wrap that up for you.
Yeah, no problem. I don't mean to cut you off if you had a point there, but by all means, finish.
Well, the last thing I'll say is a friend of the family, he's a trucker, and he delivers seeds to farmers all around the country. And he said the organic cows get the same food as the non-organic cows, and he was dumping candy bars off to the organic farms for the cows.
Oh, wow.
So there's some food for thought, and that's why I leave it.
That is some food for thought, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Nick.
Call me again.
All right.
Moving the wheels. I got still calls. I think still on this topic, so I might as well. Y'all want to talk about this? Let's talk about it. I got more stuff to do afterwards as well. We're going to get into a couple things here. We got some excitement for those that fell asleep. We got exciting clips coming up. We're going to talk about the plantation. Eric Adams is not happy. We're going to talk about some grooming. There's a really weird video I want to show you guys. And about defending the ego and apologizing. A couple of things we'll get into. I have Michael out of Utah on the air right now. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Just fine, Michael. Thanks for your call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I heard the conversation. I thought I'd call in and give my 2 cents from a carnivore.
Okay. We got a carnivore.
Yeah. So I've been eating meat.
So you feel it?
Straight
Okay.
meat. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
My apologies. You go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I've been eating meat for, it's been what, a year and a half or so, and I've been drinking my raw milk, eating my meat. And it's literally it's not like keto, where you're going into ketosis, right? Because you can still eat sugars.
Ah, okay. So you're
only
eating
touching
sugars?
Natural sugars. Oh yeah.
What natural sugars?
So honey.
Yeah, you're not a carnivore.
Sugar from
You're
fruit.
a Ray Peter.
No,
you're a Ray Peter. You're one of us.
That's not even true.
You're not a sugar hater.
I'm not a sugar hater. Because I definitely agree with you on the aspect of sugar. It's definitely
it's beautiful.
It's not meant to be eaten all the time.
No,
You know
it's
what
meant
I'm
to be
saying?
eaten
In
all.
America,
I think it might be meant to be eaten like daily, just not in excess. Like a little honey to get you started. That's better than coffee, in my opinion. It's real energy. Hello? Michael.
Hello?
Hey,
Yep,
you're
hello?
back. You're back.
Oh, I lost you there for a second. Sorry,
No problem. Go ahead.
Phone.
I was just saying you said it shouldn't be eaten that much, and I pretty much agree, but I think, let's say you, like, imagine starting your day off with honey instead of coffee.
Right.
That's energy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because you still need the simple. You still need, like, even on the carnivore diet, you still need the simple sugar.
You're not. Hey, you're no carnivore, man. You're eating honey.
Well, with the carnivore diet, you can eat. You have to eat, and it's a common.
My apologies. Part of the diet includes this.
Yes.
I'm following.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So we stay away from the factory sugars, but we keep with the natural sugars. You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference between factory sugars and natural sugars?
Well, sugars that have been highly processed. You know,
processed from
like the seed, like the seed oils and stuff. You know what I mean?
So seed oils is one thing, but sugars, processed sugars.
Sugars.
What turned these factory
condensed.
sugars not natural? What makes them not natural?
Well, I think it's just mostly, honestly, from my understanding, it's just additives. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay,
Additives
that's
to make
fair.
it- make
Yeah, I
it
don't want-
sweeter,
yeah,
make
but-
it last longer, preservatives. You know, what
Sugar
I'm saying?
should just be sugar, not additives. That's
Right,
weird.
exactly.
That's super weird.
And
But
funny
like
enough, if
sugar
you
from
actually
a beet, sugar from beets, from cane, from how more natural
Yes.
can you get?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's honestly, I mean, I grew up eating sugar cane, dude. That's like the best
Granulated
sugar you can get.
white refined sugar. I mean, with no additives, is pretty natural to
Yes,
me.
sir.
It sounds pretty natural to me.
I'll disagree with you on that one. I'll stick with my cane sugar.
All right, no, fair enough.
But with the carnivore diet, you gotta eat everything that comes off the cow, right? You gotta eat
Nice.
the organs, you gotta eat the muscle meat, you gotta eat it all. And
Interesting.
with that, you get most of your nutrients that you would get from vegetables. And vegetables, funny enough, actually irritate your system. Fiber is really good for you. You know what I mean? Depending on the source that you get it from.
Mm-hmm.
But
like peppers,
vegetables, yes, like peppers and stuff
irritants.
like that. You know,
We love
stuff
irritants,
that
though.
helps
We
the-
love what kills us, and it makes us. It makes us feel alive. That's why we like spicy. That's why we like, you know.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I agree with you because I love peppers. Peppers are
Yeah,
awesome.
no, I like spicy food too. Now you won't catch me eating spicy rocks. I don't know if you caught. I don't know if you missed. If we were talking about spicy foods the other day. There's some people who eat spicy rocks.
Wasn't that in China? That was in China.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, stir-fried rocks. I've tried that.
Let's
before.
go. Oh, you tried that? No way.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. I believed you.
No, man. But I figured I'd give it my little 2 cents in there from the.
Yeah,
from the
man.
carnivore
Appreciate
diet.
that. Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, I find it all very
yeah.
interesting. I think, in my opinion, honestly, honestly, a lot of the you guys sound correct. I mean, with my basic biological knowledge, it doesn't sound like people keep on the more keto side or more Ray Peat side. It doesn't sound like you guys are wrong, factually wrong. My thing is the macronutrient hate, and it's like it's very vegan. It sounds very vegan to me, like just culty, and not really, and ignores kind of like you have to ignore some pretty like, for example, athletes eat carbs, and you have to ignore some pretty obvious things to get to that conclusion.
Right.
So I'm just pointing that out more. But very interesting, man. Very interesting.
Yeah, man. Of course. Yeah.
Anything else, or shall I move the wheels, sir?
Yeah, man. You go ahead.
Call me again, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very nice. I see your calls. I will get to you here in a moment. Let me pivot here, move on from this topic here. Let's see what else we got for the people. Ooh, cow tongue tacos. Heck yeah, C-Sal. That's the diet I'm on. I'm on the lengua diet. Cow tongue tacos, let's go. Sweet and sour stones. You guys remember the name of that stir-fried stone dish? It was called soy do, which means to suck and dispose. Okay, let's move on. Ooh, yeah, lengua. Let me get to this. We got some excitement here. In case you guys fell asleep the last hour and 15, we got some exciting videos here that'll wake you up. We have a shocking moment. Suicidal man kills his girlfriend's 7-month-old baby. We'll watch this clip here really quick of the police chase. Very exciting. A couple of insights in that story, as well as this shooting, body cam video of this Allen Mall shooting. I forgot about that. I was reading this and watching the body cam video going like, when did this happen? And I remembered it was that Mauricio guy, that Mexican white supremacist who ended up in his writings, we ended up finding out that he hates white people. Yet they still on Wikipedia, they'll call this guy a right-wing shooter, far-right extremist, they call him. The guy had issues, that's it. But this guy,
Y'all be good, okay?
No, not
and
that.
Make sure you wear your seatbelts.
Remember? And it was like my doppelganger. It was my doppelganger here. And this is not even the actual picture of the shooter, but this picture came out, and they were saying this was the shooter. And you guys were saying this guy's my doppelganger. We'll get into that. But let's do this first video here. The crash video. For those that were sleeping, wake up.
He just went left to center. Crossroad on Tusky Street. Coming up that elbow. I'm behind the vehicle, coming up that elbow.
Station, I'm behind the county unit. We're still southbound on Sandusky. Coming up Euclid.
Chasing in front of this cop car, you'll see this yellow Camaro. Look at that.
This went off the road into the side of a house.
Right into the side of a home.
607 South Sandusky.
So into a house, I believe. I'll be all done.
Wow.
Send the squad. Send the squad to...
Get to the wreckage. See the crumpled front of the car. They're ripping up this airbag. Look at the state the car was left in, the damage on the home.
Story in Northwest Ohio. An abducted baby is dead, and the man accused of kidnapping the child is in the hospital after crashing into a house. This happened in Tiffin, just east of Findlay. It's unclear if the man has any sort of...
So, yes, a little, yeah. And I think you can hear me. We're having... If you guys could just get him to... Rolling. while someone. As long as you can hear. Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Rolling here. What's up? Can you hear me? What's up? I think we're back. Let's go. Nice. Okay, so where were we? Test, test, test. Am I synced? Yes. Okay. All right, test, test. Can you hear me? I think we're back. All right. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Complicated business. Where were we? Test, 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 test. Someone doing N-word towers? You can't do that. Loud and clear, ankle baby. Let's go. So, I'm going to get to the calls here in a moment. Thanks for the patience. What was I talking about? The crash. We just saw the crash. And it's newly released footage. And it's this man, Jonathan J. Baker, who I can't find a picture of. 23 years old, young guy. Took a child with a gun, okay? His girlfriend's child. His girlfriend's 7-month-old baby. They're not saying it's his child. They're saying his girlfriend's child. Hold on. What kind of situation was going on here? Child with another marriage, out of wedlock. This guy's involved, 23 years old, very young. What's going on? Soon after, he allegedly took the child while armed with a gun, contacted the girl's mother, and told her he was feeling homicidal and suicidal, saying he had killed the child. Police dash body cam footage now revealed the moments before Baker accelerated his yellow Camaro during a police chase and crashed it into the side of a house, killing the baby inside. I mean, it's a shame. It's a crazy story. But look at the situations people get themselves in. 23 years old. It seems like someone else's baby. Baker's car was being followed by police when he suddenly jolted left erratically and veered off the road. He's in the hospital. The baby has died. Footage shows the car flying over a small bump before crashing into the property. No one was home during the ordeal. The infant was removed from the vehicle via the back window, rushed to the hospital where she died. It took responders an hour and a half to remove Baker, 23. And law enforcement have not confirmed if Baker was related to the child. I suspect he's not. And this woman basically got involved with another man. North Baltimore police. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, hopefully I woke you up and you're back to the show, but yeah. Sorry it had to be like this. Ooh, Nick, turn on. Ooh, what the? Let me deal with this. We got something going on in the chat. Someone's spamming or something. Let me deal with that. Let me put on a little slow mode here. I'm gonna have to put on a little slow mode to slow you guys down because we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. Because people don't want to play nice. It's like people doing N-word towers in the chat. Now no one can have fun. 6 second slow mode is now enacted. Too bad. All right. What's next? More excitement, more crazy footage because we need a little. Got released recently. I believe the victims. Disconnected it right now and reconnected it, and now I'm back. Test. What's up? Back again. Something going on with a little piece of gear we have back here, which may be failing today all of a sudden. So apologies for that. You may have seen a little bit of this on the JLP show. Yeah, it's a little piece of gear. It splits the HDMI outputs, and it might be failing. So that's what's going on, y'all. We're back though. It might happen again. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. What's up, Bill? Say again? Can I continue now and we'll see if it happens again? Okay. All right, so Allen, Texas, the shooting. You know about the shooting. I've reported on it before, but body cam footage got recently released, and it's exciting video, and it'll wake you guys up from being so bored watching this show. I'm so bored. I want excitement. I'm bored. Watch this.
Y'all be good, okay? And make sure you wear your seatbelts when mommy's driving, okay? You understand? Okay? Okay? All right. You be good.
He goes from telling the kids be good to a active shooter situation.
I got people running.
37.5, we good.
We're getting started right now.
I'm on foot. I need everybody I got. What you got? Are we a mass shooter? Shots fired by police. I got him down. I'm over here.
Hey, Bill. Out. We're about to switch it up. Oh, so if you do it like that, they'll be able to hear me. Right. Okay, so I believe the audio is nice now. The camera's still a little messed up. Okay, we're on it. We are currently on it. The audio is fixed though, so that's great. We can at least continue. Yo, fix your show, Mad Ghetto. Hey, whatever, man. You got Bill laughing over here, so that's a good comment in my book. Ghetto Ash. Okay, at least you can hear me, y'all. Allen's shooting. Okay, you saw the incredible footage. You know, you guys remember Joel Friday talking about maybe he would have been a cop. I totally see Joel, you know, you heard him in his last episode going up to homeless people saying, I rebuked the demon out of you. Joel Friday on the streets rebuking demons out of homeless people. Yeah. I could see in a parallel universe Joel taking down this Allen Outlet Mall shooter. But yeah, big W to the black officer there who took down this deranged left/right wing shooter. You know what I'm saying? Joel would shoot the guy, then dance while he bled out. Dang, that's cold. But he just might dance on him. Joel Friday TV. Don't. Yeah, tune in. You're there. All I saw was the video of Joel calling everyone a hoe. I saw that too. Is audio out now? Bill? How about now? Test. We're back, baby. We got video, I know, so I'm delayed. So the sync is weird.
No, but you're only on Wirecast here.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the thing here is not...
No biggie.
What are you doing the other stuff?
I'm talking to Bill, y'all. I'm talking to Bill. Say again, Bill?
Are you doing the other... Maybe I could do it.
So are you telling me I only have my Wirecast shot, this shot that we're looking at right now? All right, y'all, we're going to keep going. We got more show for you. We got a call here I'm going to get to you right now. But you will see me kind of delayed as we fix the audio and all that. If you can't fix it right now, no.
No, there's no problem with the audio.
But my picture's delayed from the audio?
No, your picture, you're only using Wirecast.
All right, no big. We keep going, y'all. I got a call. Let's get to this call. Caller Art, Ohio, you are on the air. Appreciate it.
What's up, Nick? How you doing?
I'm just fine, Art. Thanks.
Listen here, Nick. Can you hear me, Nick?
Yes, sir.
You sure you can hear me? This
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me turn it up. Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know why I'm clearing my throat, but okay. I can definitely hear you.
You hear me now, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Beta, you can do it. Take your time. Do it right.
Do it.
Beta. Do it.
Who's that again?
Hey,
you can do it. I know this tune.
Yeah, Jesse, that's Jesse's time class. Well, now Jesse know who that is. The great JLP, he know who that is.
Oh man, it's on the tip of my. What is it again?
I forgot who it was called too. You gotta ask Jesse. I can't remember.
You know what you did the other day though? That was making me laugh and proved to me that I very well might be the blackest one here at Bond. You were doing CB4 the other day. Yeah. You were referencing that movie CB4. You were like, I'm black, y'all. And I'm black.
Yep. You right. Yep. That's a hood classic. For sure.
Yeah, man. And what can I tell? What can I say? I keep trying to tell you guys. I might be the blackest one here. That's a movie for those that don't know. Chris Rock, young Chris Rock.
Young Chris Rock, classic too.
Very classic. I think that scene where Chris Rock he's drinking like a big jug of malt liquor, and he's being a generally trash person watching TV and smoking crack. I think that those scenes today would be like racist or something.
Hey Nick, man, it's so sad that this generation right here, probably up to, I'm 36, so probably about 30, the generation all the way to about 30, they don't know what funny is, man.
No, big time.
They really don't. Like the movies back in our time is that's why that's why they still wearing the same Jordans that we was wearing, because the shoes they got nowadays, they all wearing space shoes or whatnot.
Culture is stuck.
They all look like space shoes. Second thing is, none of the movies is funny. They all got to have extra, it's all right to have a small, funny. You remember the movie called Booty Call with Jamie Foxx?
I do.
You ain't never seen that movie?
I do.
like stuff like that, like the movies back, like they had small little gay scenes to where they was like they were small, they wasn't just all out. Now these movies nowadays, that's nothing but the funny movies got nothing but pure gay scenes in a movie. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example. Basically, the comedy is very inclusive. They make a joke to a Christian guy, and then you got to make a joke to the gay person. You know what I mean? Like it's very inclusive, it's very sanitized, and not that funny.
Everybody gets clowned on. Everybody gets a joke made about them. Ain't nobody off limits.
Which is fine, but they do it in a sanitized way. Where it's like, we're doing it because we want to be inclusive in our comedy, not because they're just trying to be funny.
Yeah. And not even that. With the comedy now, that, I mean, you can't say certain, they don't want you saying certain things or whatnot, man. It's as simple as that, man. You got to watch what you're saying. The comedians can't say what they want to say or whatnot, because somebody's going to get offended. Or you know how the liberals get to talking, oh, my head's hurt, let's go, we gonna leave, we gotta leave, I can't hear this no more.
Yeah.
You know how they is.
Yep. It's just ridiculous. I mean, stuff that we enjoyed, like we were just talking about before, that's cancel stuff. That's basically cancel stuff. And that's like a black movie.
Yeah, literally. Hey, you said that cop was a black cop?
I believe so, yeah. I saw a black hand. It looked like a black hand holding the firearm that was, that took down this Allen Outlet Mall shooter.
Man, what an alpha dog. Shout out to him. That was Allen, Texas.
Good guy with a gun. Yeah, Allen Outlet Mall shooting with that Mexican white supremacist guy, Mauricio Garcia.
That was Allen, Texas, right?
Correct.
Whoa, what an alpha dog in Allen, Texas. Whoa, he snapped it. He was TTG trained to go. He snapped into it fast, man.
If you heard it in the video, he's walking towards, he's talking to some children and their mothers, telling them to be good. Active shooter situation. He starts walking towards it. He's on the horn, telling backup, hey, I'm on foot and I'm alone. Send everybody you got, and he's still going forward. I mean, you say what you will about police. We have our criticisms, we have our praises. But it's not an easy job, especially with the insanity of America today. Walking towards danger like that, straight up.
Man, before, I can almost guarantee you, I'm going to say this now. I want you to look it up. I bet you that cop, I guarantee you, look it up after I say it. I guarantee you he's somewhere between 30 and he's somewhere in his 30s. He ain't no younger than no 30.
They
just don't make them like this no more. Look it up real quick.
Let me look that up right here. You know what else, though? Ann Coulter tweeted about this video. She said prosecutors submitted this cop's heroic actions to a grand jury.
So was she trying to get him in trouble or something?
Well, it seems like that's what Ann Coulter's saying, but there's a community notes on this very same tweet trying to add context, and it says, officer use of force cases are routinely referred to a grand jury to determine whether their actions were justified. So this may just be like routine. This may just be routine.
Yeah. Got you. Okay. I'm about to say, whoa. I'm about to say, hold up.
I'm trying to find the name of this cop.
But nowadays, I mean, it's sad to say, nowadays, you can't put nothing past these liberals. They try to indict a cheese sandwich.
Yeah. No, it's as long as you could say, if that cheese sandwich was racist or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to find you the name. Oh, Allen Police. Oh, I can't find you the name of this officer here.
Yeah.
So I can get you the age. I got a bet going.
So do you want me to go on to what I called about?
Yeah, no, go next. Go to the next thing. No problem.
All right, so bad. So you notice how the liberals and whatnot. Remember Jack Rittenhouse from the Kenosha shooter?
Of course. The Kenosha defender?
Yeah, he was defending himself. He had the AR-15 or whatnot, the 5.56 with the good aim, the real
green tips.
Jack Bauer. Yeah, he was. They was on news channels. He racist. Look how these racers went to the BLM march, and he shot three pedophiles who was chasing him down, trying to hit him with a skateboard. Yep. He's a racist. He took a gun across state lines, and Oh,
Right.
this and this and this and that. Oh, brother,
He's a little
come
like
here.
they would call him like a serial killer and stuff like that. Like he's a murderer. He's a killer. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Kyle with the 5.56 with the good aim, man. American hero. Good aim, man. Good young man. I told you a while ago, man. He can roll with me any day of the week, man. I like it. I like a fella like that. In that cop right there. Oh, I like a guy like that.
Even after he did that TikTok with his girlfriend, and he was all like, "What about us?" I'm joking.
Nah, he's cool.
I'm joking. He's still
cool.
valid.
He's
Nah, he's still valid. He's still valid.
Yeah. I think I made a comment about that or whatnot, saying how it was kind of baitish, but he cool. He'll grow out of that, man.
No, Kyle, he's valid.
Yeah. He got to do a lot more to turn me off of it.
Yeah.
Nah. But you notice how they were saying that about him or whatnot. He's under the age. He shouldn't have had a rifle or this and this and this and that. But you don't hear them saying that about that lady and her son up there in Chicago. These same liberal Democrats that were screaming all that, Chicago, New York, all these liberals, Atlanta, these blacks up here in Ohio, they were, he's a racist. He likes Trump or
That
something
woman
like
in
that.
Chicago, what do you mean?
The one that had her son shoot the dude or whatnot. You don't hear them saying that about him?
I heard it on the Hake Report. I wish I knew the story better, but I did hear a very good report on the Hake Report. Very thorough. Go on. Yeah. The Chicago woman. Yeah. So if I can recap real quick, this Chicago woman basically asked her son to shoot this person.
Allegedly, that's what I'm getting. That's what they were saying. Shoot, I'm going off what they said.
Murder charges dropped against mother and her son accused of killing a man during a fight inside a restaurant. And we saw that footage on the Hake Report. I don't know if it was the killing. It was of a fight. And then it turned into a retaliation, right? This mother and son. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
You're saying that they're not calling. Okay, I'm following you now. It's like a little. It's a little. Gotcha.
They ain't saying nothing about him or whatnot being young like that and having that gun. Cause just like I was saying on the Hake Report, why didn't she go out there and get her own gun? If she was feeling threatened, but she wanted to play the black female victim. She wanted to be the battered victim or whatnot. Instead of going out there, if she had the permit to carry the gun, he was carrying it.
This is a tale as old as time. Women, I don't know if you could you say it? Yeah, beguiling, brainwashing men into doing their bidding, fighting their fights.
Yeah.
Very old tale as time itself. Kings, we're talking kings. Kings have been brought to their knees by meddling queens and women.
But check this out. So just like I was saying on the Hake Report, is at what point did he have the gun? Did she tell him to grab the gun, or do you mean to tell me he went to the car and grabbed it on his own? So first of all, the gun was put out to where anybody could grab it. The second thing is he wasn't supposed to be touching the gun anyway. So that's what I was saying about when I was saying on the Hake Report. I know people that had self-defense charges or whatnot. And even though they beat the self-defense murder, they still charged them with having a gun because they was a felon and they wasn't supposed to have a gun.
Okay. So help me understand here. So what are you saying about that situation then?
So even if he did that in self-defense because he was trying to protect his mother, he still wasn't supposed to be having no gun. And I'm not blaming the kid.
Is that what they're saying? Is that what they're saying about it's a 14-year-old? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
The 14-year-old was a defense thing?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a double standard.
Oh, I'm remembering now because it was an individual who punched the woman. Or what was it?
You said what?
Because I'm starting to remember the story. It started with a physical altercation between a man. Is it the mother? It was a punch?
Yeah, he was defending his mother, but what I'm saying is he wasn't supposed to be having no gun regardless.
Gotcha.
He's not old enough to be able to have no gun. What I'm correlating that with is even people that's felons, even a felon, even if they self-defense and they murder somebody and it's a self-defense, they still get charged because if you're a felon, you can't have a gun.
So you're basically saying that you don't see any way you can, any way you slice it, this 14-year-old committed a crime here.
Yeah, and it's not his fault. He shouldn't be charged. She should be charged.
Interesting. Are they trying to charge the 14-year-old?
They ain't charging neither one of them. And
wow, no way. Look here. I'm reading it now. Charges dropped. Yeah.
And
that is wild.
And people, you might have people that's like, well, it was self-defense. What would happen if you was in that situation? We're not talking about that. Everybody has a different situation. She was, when all that stuff happened, she was supposed to have walked off, and either she was supposed to have left, or she was supposed to go get her gun and went back in
and
there
do it herself. Yeah. If she's gonna do it, if she's saying, "Oh, my life was threatened, I'm in danger," well, then defend it, right? But this is, and I don't know the story so well, but now that we're getting the details here, it's very interesting because this story is almost emblematic of the relationship of black mothers and black sons, more than anything, because like you very clearly said, if she's threatening all that, that's her 14-year-old boy. Wouldn't you want to defend yourself and him? You grab the gun yourself. But that's not the situation here. And I've literally seen this in all races, in my own family and all that. But this is truly emblematic of the black situation here, where these mothers, even as young as 14, see these boys as as their soldiers, to do their put out their, do the
expendable.
Expendable, you said?
Yeah, expendable. Yep, you right. I'm sorry.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say.
Nah, you
and
right.
And they'd rather a gang. They'd rather and I may be making a big generalization here, but they'd rather a gangster they can control and they can put that loose cannon wherever they can point it, as opposed to a decent, a decent individual who may have even stopped that situation and told her, "Mom, you're being crazy. Let's leave."
Yeah. And one of the dudes that was on Hake Report was saying is, you got a right to defend yourself. She do. It ain't up to her son. And I want to see the rest. I want to see the rest of the footage. I want to know all the details because I want to know at what point did he get the gun? Did she text him to get the gun? Which is illegal, or did he go grab it himself?
So is that a point of debate? We don't know who grabbed the gun first and who we just don't know that timeline of events.
Yeah, I want to see the footage. You got to show the footage because I'm believing it's a narrative. I'm one of these.
Interesting.
I just don't go off of the emotional part. Oh, it's a sad situation.
Yeah.
Did you see this? We shouldn't have did that. No, I want to know what happened, how it laid out, and how it played out. No, because I'm looking at it as a sacrifice or whatnot, and people are not seeing it as that, especially in the black community.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, the more I see this almost like poetic imagery of a black mother, and she has her son in her lap, and he's all like looking like a baby, but she points a dog and she points a finger and he turns into a rabid dog ready to attack. You see this, what I'm saying here? It's kind of it's kind of abstract imagery, but I can't get it out of my mind.
And it's a double standard, because just like I was correlating it with the Rittenhouse story in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as they were screaming all that stuff about he's racist, he shouldn't have had a gun, but y'all not saying that about her, about a black female, or about a female period. It ain't even got to be a black female. This is how they do the females. They try to tell them that they equal to us, but it ain't equal justice, it ain't equal rights or none of that.
And she's not white. And she's not white.
And she's not white, and whether she was or not, it's the same thing for the white female too.
Yeah, fair enough.
They called them too.
Yeah,
it ain't no difference. I'm not just going at the black female. I'm talking about the white female too. Any female, because that's how the breakdown of America is you keep putting and coddling the female, or whatnot, and then you had a situation to where the black community and all the America is a portrayal of this situation and how America's been ran on the job scene, in the household, in the schools, all that. Off promotion, you lose your job if a female off promotion she don't like something you said.
Ooh,
and she
so true.
Make a statement against you. They gonna believe you or believe her before they believe you, just because she's a female. That's what I'm saying.
So true, man. Oppressive.
Yeah. But go ahead. I'll catch you later. That's all I wanted to run down to you with. I just wanted to bring some of that fire.
Yeah. Taser. Yeah, man. Art, it's nice to hear from you, man. Call me again.
You are, and I'll catch you later, buddy.
Take care. Moving the wheels. Okay, I see your calls. I will get to you. Let me do this first. Hold on for me, callers. I will get to you. Wow, time flew. Is it already 1:50? Holy. Let's move on here. What do we got next? As we close off the show here? Speaking of, what shall we say, double standards? Speaking of double standards, Art was just talking about Kyle Rittenhouse and this situation in Chicago. There's a similar he said, she said, whataboutism going on with Daniel Penny. And you know some of this already. You know somewhat of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, also the black Daniel Penny. Jordan Williams, the black Daniel Penny. Charges dropped against man in deadly stabbing of homeless man on subway. We got the report here. Charges have been dismissed against Jordan Williams, who was charged with fatally stabbing with a knife, not choke. Stabbing with a knife, a 36-year-old homeless man. Under New York law, a person is justified in using deadly physical force. This is the reporting from ABC. Under New York law, a person is justified in using deadly physical force when they reasonably believe it is necessary to use such force to defend themselves. Hold on, where was all this talk with Daniel Penny? You guys know who I'm talking about. White guy, Marine, former Marine or whatever, chokeholded that MJ impersonator. Forget his name. And he died. He didn't mean to kill him. It was an accident. Anyways. Williams, 20, was charged with manslaughter, criminal possession of a weapon in the death of 36-year-old 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 on the J train. On the J train in New York, right? The subway. Charges dropped. Imagine that. It seems like a very similar case, except one is black, one is white. And there's this interview. Imagine we saw the mess with Daniel Penny. We saw the calls of get this murderer off the streets, get this white guy who thinks he could just. We saw all that with Daniel Penny, right? Now remember that and take this next video in. Imagine actually doing an interview like this. Imagine actually doing an interview like this in the wake of the Daniel Penny situation and thinking and coming out of it thinking, oh yeah, justice in America, very fair. Very fair. Obviously, we know otherwise. And let me just show you this footage here. Jordan Williams interviewed Good Day, New York, alongside his lawyer.
Charged with manslaughter. What was going through your mind when this man was near you and your girlfriend?
Honestly, I was afraid because I didn't know what was going to happen because he was closer to her than to me. So I was honestly just trying to get me and her out of there safely. I didn't know what to do. It was all quick, and I regret it every day. I wish it didn't have to go like that, honestly. All I wanted to do was just get me and my girlfriend off the train safely. I wasn't looking to hurt anyone. There was nothing malicious on my part. And when I found out, I literally couldn't believe that he had actually passed away.
Yeah. So, how are you dealing with that?
It's not easy because, knowing that I was able to take a life from someone, especially someone of my own descent, you know what I mean? So.
Oh my God. And I killed a black man too. It's so hard on me. Yeah, this guy's remorseful. Let him go.
It's not something that I'm proud of. I haven't had the best time.
Oh, I killed a black. Oh, I wish it was just a white guy I killed. I wish it was just like a white person. Like, then who cares? But I killed a black guy. Like, what a weird statement.
I'm sleeping or managing with that actual idea. I try not to think too much specifically about that part of it. But yeah, it's not easy when I sit there and I try to think about it.
You better say it's not easy because, and hey, I don't blame him at all if this is strategic. He might very well feel bad. I might feel bad. I don't know. Like, if I've said this before, like sometimes people forfeit their lives with their behavior. I don't know if I'd feel bad. He kind of talks like you, Nick. Okay. I'm laughing. I'm not offended. I'm laughing.
Jordan, I think your story is something that can happen to people almost every single day. We don't talk about it enough because it happens so often. What is your advice for someone taking the subway when something like this comes up? What is their options? What can they do?
Honestly, my advice for those before they even get on the subway is to always be in contact with someone that they can trust, that will relay a message to family or needed people, or be with them, because it's not safe these days, and I'm not even going to be traveling alone like that on the train like that if I'm on the train in the future. So yeah, my best advice is just to stay in numbers and make sure people know where you are.
Yeah. Jason.
Wow, is that a sweetheart interview? Was that a sweetheart interview?
Charged with manslaughter.
What do you guys think? Am I reading too much into this? It feels like they're being very nice to him, very nice and calm. What advice would you give? Do you feel bad? It's pretty bad, huh? Yeah, they're totally kissing up to him. If Hake said it, then I'm free to say it. No, look, if you can't see the upside down world that's happening with that, then you hate white people. Tell me how you can logically justify what's going on here. Drop charges, sweetheart interview. And meanwhile, Daniel Penny, yeah, the world will forget about him. Like Derek Chauvin, like others. Jailed even. People jailed even because, what? For political reasons? They're political scapegoats, sacrifices for another agenda. Yeah, the world will forget. When do you hear about Derek Chauvin anymore? Where do you hear about Daniel? They'll forget. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Upside down justice, man. It's crazy. Oh, man. When will blacks get off the plantation? Am I right? When will you drop it? Defy the devil. Stop trying to be someone in this fake world. And and get over yourself. And get off the plantation. I'm talking about plantations here. Because Eric Adams brought it up. And I have to show you this clip. This clip, one more thing. I gotta throw it in. I got a few minutes here. Nobody's stopping me from, should I want to keep going here? Another hour. I have plenty of stuff, but we're going to leave it for tomorrow's flight. I do want to finish this up here. Eric Adams had a little spat with a white woman. He went off on a woman during a town hall meeting. Town hall. Eric Adams. Racially charged remarks. Okay? He accused the white woman of speaking to him like he was on a plantation. It's pretty ridiculous. We'll watch that beautiful footage here in a moment. But he was being asked a question about his housing politics. Okay? And I want to tell you the commentary the lady was saying, which prompted Eric Adams' response, because you can't really hear her in the clip. She says, she's quoted as saying, "Why in New York City, where real estate is controlling you, Mr. Mayor, why are we having these horrible rent increases this year and last year?" the woman asks. Many of you might even relate to her plight as rent has become expensive. Some of you may not know how, this philosophy of subsidizing for those that don't have makes it more expensive for the rest. So that kind of mentality and economic philosophy, we're seeing the fruits of some of that. There's probably other reasons. Some of you smarter than I probably know. But that was her question. She has this plight, and many of you may relate. She's wondering, well, why are we seeing these horrible rent increases, Mr. Mayor? Huh? She has this point. She's pointing a finger at him, which Eric Adams did not like. I was raised. People told me pointing fingers is rude. Well, my mom told me that. So that means. So I pointed at people. But I was told that was rude, right? You don't want to be pointing at people. But never, ever, ever point at people? Ever, 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 ever? I don't know. Sometimes you deserve a good stern point. You, Mr. Mayor, let's watch the beautiful footage and what caused Eric Adams to, show his racial animus, some might say.
Why in New York City, where the real estate is controlling you, Mr. Mayor, why are we having these horrible rent increases last year and this year?
Okay, first, if you're going to ask a question, don't point at me and don't be disrespectful to me. I'm the mayor of this city, and treat me with the respect I deserve to be treated. I'm speaking to you as an adult. Don't stand in front like you treated someone that's on the plantation that you own. Give me the respect I deserve and engage in a conversation up here in Washington Heights. Treat me with the same level of respect I treat you. So don't be pointing at me. Don't be disrespectful to me. Speak with me as an adult because I'm a grown man. I walked into this room as a grown man, and I'm going to walk out of this room as a grown man. I answered your question.
Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. I'm a big boy. Doesn't he sound like a black woman? You're going to respect me. You don't talk to me like that. I'm this, I'm that. You don't have the right. What was she even doing? Where does that merited him saying that? That plantation that you own. You in front of cameras and all that. That's very evil to do that because of how, the current culture, the prevailing culture will crucify you should you be a racist. It's very evil what he's doing that. Very evil calling him that. And you shouldn't be offended. But it's quite evil. I mean, what does he get off saying that when she was doing what? She was criticizing him. What was she doing that was that bad? Treat me like respect. What was disrespectful? She's got questions. She had questions, Mr. Mayor, questions that you need to answer at this town hall. And it seems like totally offended. Like, where did that come from? It sounds like maybe come from somewhere else. You got some racial animus there, Eric Adams? You got some, is that a Freudian slip? Is that some racial animus that you haven't gotten over there, Eric Adams, huh? You want to talk? Do you want to talk? Because racism doesn't exist. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't realize. What's up with that? What was it? I had another comment/joke here, but I forget. He said when he was going through cop training, I kicked those crack. Yeah, I remember that. We played the clip on the JLP show. Am I allowed to say cracker on YouTube? The C word. He said, I kicked those C words at A. Said Eric Adams about those cops. Cops. She should have cracked the whip. Hake says, you're being disrespectful, trying to act like she is a plantation owner. Like that's a bad thing. Yeah, right on. You're showing your sour grapes there, Eric Adams. What the heck? Plantations were awesome. They were awesome in every sense, right? They were awesome like an explosion, and awesome, and probably even awesome in a positive way in some cases. Maybe. I wasn't there. That's funny. Oh, man. I love sour grapes. I love the sour grapes thing. That's so funny. Yeah, Eric Adams got sour grapes, as far as I'm concerned. I think he's showing his mask fell. This is a relative. She's maybe fired up a little bit. I understand it. Fired up ladies may annoy us sometimes. All right, calm down, lady. Okay, calm down. But was that really warranted? Or is this emblematic of of a animus that blacks hold on to. Why are you guys holding on to that, man? You can just drop it. You really, really just can. When will you get off the plantation of anger and hate? Guys, boost this tweet, since we're talking about it, since we're talking about black people. Boost this Jesse Lee Peterson tweet. He put out a banger. He put out a banger on Twitter. JLP Talk on Twitter. Thank God the Supreme Court made the right decision by overturning affirmative action. Now finally we will see true black excellence based on ability and not color. Black Americans are celebrating today because now they have to earn their way. Little banger tweet from JLP Talk on Twitter. Boost that tweet, y'all. It's a banger. Affirmative action got basically struck down. I don't know the story. I'm not reporting it. I don't have the true details for you. But basically the Supreme Court, New York Times, Supreme Court rejects affirmative action at U.S. colleges. Very nice. I hope that's a good thing. I don't know if it's some backward stuff going on, but it seems like it's a good thing. How can you... No more of this affirmative action. Do what you can on your own. Right? What's wrong with that? That's kind of a liberal tweet from Jesse. Is that true? What do you mean? Where's he wrong with that? Supreme Court, I mean, if you have affirmative action, how will you know if this black person that's doing the job was there for the job or was there for affirmative action? That's as far as I'm thinking of it. Very kind of simply. Some of you not normies, sorry, I'm being a normie. Maybe I'm a normie. Some of you not normies may know better than I, but on the surface there, that makes sense to me. Black Americans should celebrate. Now they have to earn their way. So boost the tweet, JLP Talk, Twitter. Let's go. Anyways, y'all, that's been the show today. I do appreciate you being with me today. We're going to be here tomorrow for some next stream. We'll be flying Anchor Baby Airlines. We'll be taking a flight. Where should we go? Where should we charter the flight? I'll take suggestions. Let me know. But that'll be tomorrow at 4. Don't miss it. Make sure you're followed and subscribed so you don't miss tomorrow's flight. You don't want to miss the flight. Everybody's flights are getting canceled and all that. This one won't. This one won't get canceled if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, right? But otherwise, join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow for a flight, right? We're going to have fun. Okay, y'all. That's the show. I do appreciate you being with me today. Sorry about some of those technical issues, but we didn't care, right? We had a great show. Take care. See you tomorrow.